Thank you all so very much. If you would remain seated, and we're going to just do our normal Q&A as we do every month. And please make sure it's a question, not a statement or speech. We will cut you off. So look forward to questions only, please. Thank you. We'll start to our left. Please.
Good afternoon. My name is Julio Avendano, a small business owner here in Charleston.
Good.
Thank you. Honored to be here. Thank you for coming to our lovely town. Sir, what do you plan? I see all these big plans for global positioning. What do you plan for our small businesses here?
Okay. Well, one of the things we have to do for small business, because I have so many friends that are small businessmen, we have to get rid of the regulations. You're getting killed with regulations. You can't breathe with them. And that includes farmers, but you can't breathe with them. And I see it too as having a big company. The regulations are insane. And we're going to get rid of regulations. We're going to open up the banking system. We don't have a banking system because the regulators, all these guys that are making $40 million a year running banks, they're not really running the banks. The people running the banks are the regulators. You ever see, I always get a kick out of it, they pay, the head banker gets $50 million, and they're always settling for $9 billion, $8 billion, $7 billion. When you're getting paid $50 billion and $50 million, right? You're supposed to not settle. You're supposed to win cases and not pay anything. And I say, why do you always settle? One particular bank, every time. And when you settle, they sue you immediately after that, because it's called a sitting duck. When you settle, right, Henry? You know about this stuff. He's a government guy. If they get guys that settle, you get them again, right? Again and again and again, till they have no money left, and that's the end of it, right? But it's true. When you have these settlers. And you'll have a banker makes $30 million, $40 million, $50 million a year. Then they'll settle a case for $2.9 billion. In fact, I often wonder when I see all these settlements, where do they get all this money? But they settle a case for billions and billions of dollars. And you'd think when they get that kind of money, they would fight the case, not settle the case. I would fight it. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But I would certainly fight the case. We're going to get rid of regulations, big league, and we're going to open up the banking. Because there's such fear in banking about making a bad loan that the only people they'll loan money to is like me. And okay, so here's the thing. If you have a lot of money, they'll give you all the money you want. If you don't have money, they won't give you any money. But the people that have all the money, I don't need loans. The people that have all the money, those are not the people that are going to really create the jobs right now. They're not. You have great people out there that have great ideas, great companies, great everything, going to be good. And there's always risk. But they can't get money, and they would be job producers. So Dodd-Frank, we have to get rid of. We have to get rid of it. And honestly, we have to get rid of the regulators. The regulators are running the banks. The bankers can run the banks. Yes, sir.
Mr. Trump, please tell us some of your other health care solutions.
The health care?
Free market health
Yeah. So what happens with health care is, just so you understand, and we'll make it very strong, because, again, another commercial going up that Trump... Every single week and every day that I make a speech, I say, we will repeal and replace Obamacare. Okay, so it's going to be gone. Now, we will go with a system of health care savings accounts, which are good, which I think everybody in this room would like. But one of the really important things is we have to get rid of the artificial lines around each state, because you don't have bidding. Now, the reason you don't is because, again, the same thing. You have the insurance companies taking care of all the guys that are on the dais with me, and on the other side, too, the Democrats, okay, just as much. So what happens is they take care of them, and they would much rather have New York State, or, as an example, any place. They'll rather have 100% of a state than have the right to compete all over the nation. They're very satisfied having a monopoly, okay? That's the problem. So we have to get rid of that. They can't get rid of it because the politicians are all taken care of by the insurance companies, all right? We're going to get rid of it. Everybody thought last time they were going to get rid of, it's called the lines around the state. So that if I'm in South Carolina and I want to bid, I've got very little competition because people from North Carolina, people from other places can't come in and bid. So what it means is your costs are very high. What it also means is the insurance companies make a lot of money. They're making a lot of money. There are certain people and certain companies making a lot of money with Obamacare, by the way. The premiums have gone through the roof. It's a disaster. It's going to be repealed, replaced. We're going to get rid of the lines. We're going to have private insurance. It's going to be so beautiful. You're going to have your own plan. You're actually going to have your own plan, your own doctor. How about that one? 28 times he lied about it. I said, can you sue him for fraud? He would get it. You will have your doctor, will you have your plan, you'll have everything perfect, and then it turned out to be not true. The ones that were most angry about that were the Democrats, because some of the, they made it by one vote. And many of those people went only because of that. So he lied, and it was one of those things. Go ahead.
How about anything from our Wandale High School students here?
High school. Oh, good.
AP.
A big issue on the national stage has been Guantanamo Bay.
Right. Got to keep it open.
Right. Locally around here, the federal government even looked into putting those terrorists in the North Charleston area. How are you going to protect us from people in the federal government that want to move these terrorists?
Well, you don't even have to finish the question. We're not, huh? Yeah, future leader. We're not closing it. First of all, it's very expensive to close. Amazing. I don't know why they said like $1 billion. Only a government could cost $1 billion to close it, but that's what they're saying. Believe me. If I closed it, $500,000, it's closed, okay? $1 billion to close it. But forget that. It's staying there. You're not going to have to worry about these people coming in. You're not going to have to worry about raids being made by all the migrants we're allowing in. And also, it's, from what I understand, it's right next to a children's park and all sorts of other things. I mean, and we allow all these people coming in from the migration, and some of them could be ISIS, could very well be ISIS, and all of a sudden you'll see 500 people doing a charge. I always say the great Trojan horse, perhaps, and they have that. Look at what's going on in Germany. I mean, are you studying this? This is going to be a revolution over there. What she has done is insane. And look, we all have a heart. You build in Syria a safe zone. I would build it, and I'd get the Gulf states to pay for it. They're not putting up anything. I don't want to use my money. OPM. So anyway, I wouldn't allow. Speaking of that, your Governor Haley, good person, and I know she said she can't stop it. You have the migration. You have people coming into South Carolina here, pretty big league. Believe me, she can stop it. She's the governor of the state, and she can stop it, and she should stop it. Okay? Okay, go ahead. They say, oh, we can't stop it. You're the governor of a state. You can do plenty. Okay, go ahead. They don't have to see the nice thing they can just drive the cars right over the border. Nobody's even going to check them. In fact, they'll use the illegals to drive them. They'll save some money. Yeah, you get nothing from Mexico. You're not getting anything. Yeah, elect me president. I'll change it fast. Believe me. Believe me. It's so easy. That question, you're a businessman. That question is... It's like you're asking a question you don't even believe you're asking because it's so simple, right? It's so simple to change it. How do they get along? The reason that NAFTA, all of this stuff exists is because of these politicians, because they're all taken care of through campaign contributions. I mean, probably other ways too that we don't want to know about, but that's why. Okay, go ahead.
Mr. Trump, I'm the director of our local Veterans Support Network.
Good.
With the drawdown of military to pre-World War II levels, suicides 22 a day. What are some ideas? And also with the $6 million that you raised in New Hampshire,
right?
Do you think that there might be some use for that right
Yeah,
here?
I'll give you some. I'll give you some. I raised, I raised a lot of money. During the one debate, which some people said I should go, other people, actually the veterans love me, but I've given out millions of dollars already and the money's coming in. And we raised a lot of money. I'll give you a check. Give me a name. I'll give you a check if you vet out, right? We have to vet the vets, all right? Okay? Yes. Yes, ma'am. How are you?
A little bit closer to home, opiate deaths have increased 118% in Charleston County.
You said opium?
Opiate.
Oh, opium. Okay, okay.
In the last 2 years. It's doubled in Berkeley County in the last 2 years. You want to make America great again. You know that takes making Americans great again
Right.
as well. You have a unique opportunity in North Charleston with the properties that you have that could be used for rehabilitation and
Right.
addiction recovery. Are you willing to do something?
Well, we're looking at it. We do have a property. It's a pretty good. They say it's a good. You're trying to buy it? Oh, how much? How much?
Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal.
How much? By the way, we have to stop things from coming in. I'm going to build a wall. Nobody else is building a wall. Believe me, the wall works. And it's going to be a real wall. It's not a toy wall. And we're going to stop things from coming in that are coming in. Okay, fine. Yes, ma'am. That's such a great question. We fight wars not to win anymore. You know, we fight these wars. Iraq, we should have never been there. I was against it from the beginning. I'm a very military person. You know, I always say I'm the most militaristic person I am. And I'm going to build the military stronger, better, bigger. We're going to have a great military. It's the cheapest thing we can do, by the way. I hate to say it. But we should have never been in Iraq. We've destabilized the Middle East. We now have a problem because we've started this wave that's, and the way Obama got out was a disaster. We shouldn't have been in. He shouldn't have gotten out that way. Specific date, not leaving anybody. We are going to get out, but we have to knock the hell out of ISIS. We have to. We have no choice. Boom. Okay? With me, it's going to happen fast. Yes, sir. Well, the ACLU, it's a disaster. I agree. I mean, they talk about people's rights, but what they do is I think they laugh behind, behind closed doors. You got to fight them. You got to fight them. It's a problem, and it's a problem for a lot of businesses, actually. You know, businesses are having tremendous problems with it. You got to fight them. Just keep fighting them. But it's a mood change. The mood in this country is going to change. You watch. If I get elected, the mood in this country is going to change, where they're going to be very easy to beat. Okay?
Very good.
Yes.
Right in the far right. It's hard for us to see you. But
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm a very conservative guy.
Good.
Conservative, I want a smaller government that is less than my life.
It's true.
In Iowa, you were extolling the person of ethanol, which represents a massive government intrusion.
You're very, very small. Yeah, very small. It's a small industry, but go ahead.
How do you square your support for ethanol with being conservative?
Yeah. Well, I feel very important is with energy, we never want to be in a situation, ever, in my opinion, where we have OPEC dictating terms to us like they have almost from the time you were young and I was older than you, but still young, okay? You never want to be in that position again, and we shouldn't have to be in that position again. And I'm very much for energy. I watched it. I watched it when it was $150 a barrel. And we never want to be, I mean, our country has come to a halt. And remember this, we're in the Middle East now largely because of oil, even if we don't need it so much anymore. We got stuck in there because of oil. We never want to be there over the energy. It's a very small number you're talking about, but I understand what you're saying. But energy is so important. It's the blood. It's the blood. We never want to be subject to the rule by OPEC again or the equivalent of OPEC again, and we won't be. So I understand exactly what you're saying. Yes, yes, sir. Go ahead. The VA, yeah. 757. Boeing 757? Yeah, nice plane, right? Yeah, that's right. I can't really hear you. Can you talk a little? I agree with that. Well, I think they're stealing, but I agree with that.
Let's get to a question.
You saw my solution is very similar to that. Yeah. Yeah, we have a very big policy solution. Yeah. Right.
Wrap it up.
On fraud. Okay, I get it. And if you look at the VA in Phoenix, Arizona, it's one of the most corrupt enterprises you'll ever see. There's tremendous waste, fraud, and abuse in the VA, number one. But if you look at my plan, we're in the same neighborhood, let me tell you. We're going to take care of our veterans. You know, the veterans have given me tremendous support. Even the fact that I raised all this money for them, the veterans are giving me tremendous support. We are going to take care of our veterans. That's very important in my plan. All right, we'll do one or two more. One more.
One more question right here. Please, go ahead, ma'am.
Yes. Right. I'm not going to cut it. Okay. First time that's ever been asked. They were all happy. You know, they're all happy that I'm the only one that's going to save it. Everyone else is going to cut it. That's a very interesting. Look, here's what we're going to do. Thank you. We're going to save our Social Security. We're not doing cutting. We're not doing age differences and all of the things that the other people are talking about doing. We're going to make our country great. We're going to bring our jobs back. We're going to have a vibrant economy again. We're going to be able to afford it. But we're not, you know, you've been paying into Social Security for a long time. And now all of a sudden they want to change it. Not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen. The second part of your question I refuse to answer right now, okay? Because I don't want to be a Ted Cruz and lie.
Standing in the back.
But we're going to save it, and you'll be very happy.
Standing in the back. Last question.
What?
Keystone Pipeline.
Oh, I love the Keystone Pipeline, but we got to make a better deal. See, here's the difference. It's funny, these guys, these stupid people, they talk about eminent domain. Oh, did you hear that Bush today got eminent domain? He's got private eminent domain in his family all over the place. He says, you've practiced private eminent domain. Two major articles came out like an hour ago that Bush had eminent domain, and oh, it's terrible. His stadium, it's not his, he's not smart enough to do a stadium deal, but somebody in their group. But you know what? It just came out that eminent domain, he took land away from a veteran who was in serious trouble, disability, et cetera, et cetera. And he's talking to me about private eminent. That's what I mean about the politicians. Let me tell you, the Keystone Pipeline will be approved, but we get nothing out of it. If we're going to use eminent domain, and if you look at the Keystone Pipeline, these same people that say Donald Trump and eminent, you see the commercials, Donald Trump, eminent domain? Everybody that talks about me, they want the Keystone Pipeline approved. A big part of the prospectus on the Keystone Pipeline is what is eminent domain. Because if you don't use eminent domain, you won't build not only roads, tunnels, bridges, everything. You're not going to build a pipeline. Because the thing has to go from Canada to Texas, where I mean, think of it. So you're not going to be able to build it. But here's the deal. So we're giving them the right to do this pipeline, and I like it because it's a lot of jobs and a lot of everything else, although it is taking Canadian, but it's still good. Okay, it goes back to the question about energy. But I want a piece of the deal for the country, okay? Give us a piece of the deal, like 25%. We're making it possible for this company to make a fortune, right? Now, only a business guy, I'm really good at business, believe me. You know, when I put my papers in, people said, man, he's much bigger than we thought, right? Everyone said he'll never file because maybe he's not as rich as they say. Then they said, man, he's got a great company. Okay, I built a great company. Very little debt, tremendous cash flow. Okay, here's the story. With it, that's the American dream, right? But there's a lot of American dreams. Plenty of American. I mean, if you're a great teacher, that's an American dream. If you're a great doctor, it's an American dream. A lot of American dreams. But, and believe me, I say this because I have many wealthy friends. They're not happy. I have many friends that are in other professions, like teachers, like doctors, like policemen, like firemen, that they're very happy. So, you know, you tell me who's more successful. Keystone Pipeline, it's going to get approved, but we got to get a piece of the deal for the United States. So when they make all this profit that they're going to make, we get a piece of it. Does that make sense to somebody, right? Okay. Well, I want to thank everybody. This was a fantastic honor. And great people. I'm going to be here for a long time. We're not leaving. I'm staying in a Holiday Express and another Holiday Express, and that's good because I just want clean. If it's clean and has a decent bed, I'm happy, okay? I just want clean. Clean is number one, and decent bed is a long distance number two, okay? But clean is number one. So I'll be here for 5 days, and I look forward to it. And I hope you can go out to vote. I hope you can tell all of your friends what dishonest people these politicians are, that they're liars. They're really liars, especially Ted Cruz. He's a absolute disgusting liar. And remember this, because I don't want to have an apology from some third-rate politician who got lucky to get elected in the first place saying, gee, on Sunday, right, on Sunday morning, Don, I'm sorry I misrepresented. I didn't know. Oh, you didn't know, you know, like you did with Ben Carson. So get out there, spread the word, spread the truth. We will make America great again, greater than ever before. I'm telling you that, okay? Thank you very much. Thank you, folks. Thank you.